All right, guys, welcome back to the Hypervision podcast. It is Noah Finley, coming at you live in real for the final episode of the first season of Hypervision.
We did it.
We made it so far. So, Drew, how are we feeling today on this final episode of season 1?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready.
I was thinking about it today, and it's like, man, I would love to continue pumping these out, but life does get in the way sometimes. And we planned this before. We started. We knew we were going to have to take a break. So I think it'll be good for the both of us. I think it'll be good for the podcast itself. But we got a great episode to finish it off here today. And so let's get right into it.
Yeah. So before we do, one last time, we've got our prime. I don't know what.
Yes.
We got anything for Noah over here?
I don't today, actually. Shout out to Legacy Cornhole.
Yep, always.
As mentioned in the podcast that came out last week, merch did drop for them. So
make sure you get your Legacy merch.
Don't hesitate to reach out to Bryce, and he will get you hooked up where they have a website. So absolutely.
So I'm gonna throw a curveball at you real quick.
Oh boy, curveballs. Here we go.
So I was on my drive home,
What's up?
Going. As we've said before on one of our podcasts, music's really powerful, because I couldn't, I think I said on the last one, I completely forgot the finale topic I wanted to have. So it was kind of just a scramble. We're like, what do we talk about? It's the last one. We don't just want to come out here and say anything that pops in our head. So it was I had some 2-3 ideas that I still have written down here that I would like to hit if we can. But I don't know. It's because this has been, I think, what I told Noah when I was trying to scatter my brain to find whatever popped in my head a month back. There's been an underlying part to it, and it's a little bit of stuff I've dealt with and stuff. But it's I don't know. I'm trying to get the words out for it because it was just a scattered brain thought I had in my drive home 40 minutes ago while listening to Childish Gambino and a little bit of Quadeca, who are 2 of the top 5 artists in the world. There's 2 parts of it. One is why I think I can make jokes like that is the perk and the good sides of being self-aware is that I know that what I'm saying there is probably stupid. You can, if some people might actually put Childish Gambino in the top 5, but for me to say Quadeca is in the top 5, obviously it's a little bit preposterous is the word. I don't know. I'm not going to try to sound smarter than I am with all this because I don't know what I'm talking about really, but that's the first part, because I talked to Andrew about this with his podcast. It's called the Unaware Podcast, and it's the whole idea of because I talked to Andrew probably more about starting a podcast than I did with you before we started ours.
Mm-hmm.
Ours kind of just happened. I mean, we both were yeah, let's do this, and then it just kind of was one day yeah, let's finally actually do this. But also I have I had, at least now he's in Europe, the opportunity to see Andrew every day and talk to him. So I talk to him about podcast stuff all the time. And when I was talking to him about his podcast, being unaware and not knowing it, the idea of not having to know everything and not being so involved in things. I was talking to him about my ideas with podcasts and stuff. And I was everything I'm saying just comes back to the exact opposite of your podcast. I want to be very self-aware, all of this stuff of I want to know what's going on with myself. I want to fix, and I'm not saying Andrew's thing is just be unattached or anything, but my thing, I want to be inside of, I'm not going to say that. I almost said inside of myself.
Yeah.
I want to be, aware of what's going on with myself, so I can constantly work, try to get better. So that's one thing. That's not a huge part of it, but that's just, that was an idea I had before we started this podcast that I want to talk about. I haven't really gone into it much more. The other one is just like, I don't know if you ever get those like songs where you think back and it's just like the guy we talked about with like the nostalgia video, I think, of like if you could have a video of like all the best moments of your friends and like you and your friends over the years. Stuff like that. Like do you get songs like that? They give you that vibe kind of?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, that hit me a little bit. And I was like, because I think I was more ready to come on here and almost have more of like I don't know, not a sad podcast or anything like that. But I probably wasn't going to be as upbeat as I wanted it to be, just because whenever I usually get onto more real topics, it just kind of goes up and down. Because one, I don't know what I'm talking about really. I'm not an expert on this stuff. I am a 23-year-old douchebag, as you can see by my pink hat. I don't know, but it's just, there's such an importance, I think, on just having like a good community of your friends, family, stuff like that. I don't know, because it's just like this podcast, for one, has like, I think really helped for me because I'm terrible about talking about things. I probably never, if it's like a real issue, if it's like stupid stuff, I'll say it all day long. No one knows that from me spamming him and calling him anytime I want to say something stupid. So yeah, this podcast, it's given me a way to, one, just like communicate with myself, just like by talking, getting things out is good. It's usually better to not keep things pent up. Second, I guess more like real conversations with Noah and with my friends. Obviously with Noah, we're both on here every week, so I talk to him every week about all this stuff. But like it's led to a lot of like good conversations with a few of my friends. Andrew's definitely one of them. But over vacation, I had like a really good conversation with my brother, and he's older than me, and he's moved out up in Columbus now. So I don't really talk to him a ton, and just like time to time, I'm like send him something like, "Hey, this is happening. This is kind of cool." That's really it. But yeah, I think this is kind of like helps push me out of like a little bit of a comfort zone I was in of just like not really gonna talk if I don't have to. So yeah, I guess I don't know. That's one thing for me with this podcast that I really enjoyed, which I guess could have been in the one last week of how I felt about season 1 and everything in the podcast. But that was one thought I had. And then I guess back to like the big community thing is like, I don't know. I think it's always important to really, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to hit me in about 30 minutes and I'm not going to know it. And it's going to be another one of those episodes.
What were you saying again? Say it again.
Like with having a good, like, your friendship and everything, like all that.
Community?
Yeah, but like you want to like hone in. I don't, that's not the word, but I'll figure it out. Don't matter. So like, yeah, with your community of friends, like it's insanely important, I think, to have that and to really just like hold on to it and cherish it. I think that's more of the word I was looking for.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I agree.
Because, like, I don't know, I've gone through things in my life where it's just, if I didn't have that tight of community, I don't think I would have come out as good. I'm not going to dive into a ton of better details, but like in high school, I had a friend pass away and that was really tough. I was a sophomore, so I was 15, 16 years old. I had no idea how to deal with something like that. I mean, the only time I really had something that bad was like my grandpa passing away when I was in elementary school. I don't think I even understood that then. But back in high school, that happening, like two of my, so it was my, at my church, we had like a small group and it was the leader of our small group that passed away. So that was kind of like split that friend group a little bit just because we didn't see each other as much from that. But Joe and Alex, two of my really close friends, who I'm going to be in a wedding with this summer. So we're still good friends, obviously, but they were both in that group. So they had to go through that too. I had known Cody. He was the one that passed away. Him for probably like 7-8 years at that point. And I had brought Joe Knox to that group for that past year pretty much. Um, so in my mind, I was like, yeah, this is hitting me harder than it's hitting them. And I never really reached out to them and stuff like that. And this is something I talked to my brother about too over vacation. Was like, guys are stupid sometimes, I think, with communicating. We just don't do it. Because I've seen like this TikTok trend before where it's like, guys, who do you go to when you're feeling this, this, or this? Like, and every guy has stitched it and like, no one cares. And it's sad, you know, like guys, I think there's a lot of guys out there that think like, if I have an issue, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm just going to get shot down and told I'm an idiot or told to suck it up and be a man. So yeah, that's one thing where I'm like, I kind of wish, you know, going back, if I could do that again, I would be more involved with, you know, like my friends in that scenario. Like they lost the same person I lost. I just took it as like, you know, I got to put on like a strong face here. I'm not going to like show that I'm upset or I'm hurting or anything like that. When in reality, I was a 15-year-old kid in high school that lost one of his closest friends. And I was just kind of, you know, it put a little bit of like a hole in my friendship life, I guess, that I was like always looking to fill with other stuff. And it never really worked out because I never really just went at the problem, or not really the problem, but like what was actually going on, which was that I should just talk to them, see how they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I think that that's good. I understand, we live busy lives, but I think it's always good to check in, every once in a while. Whether that's your family, your friends, just I've been bad at it. I've been trying to get better, but even people I don't really talk to that much anymore, just we just shoot them a quick text, hey, what's going on, all good, but yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And I'm not going to try to mention all of the moments where like all friends help me here, and here, because I'll forget some and I don't.
Yeah.
Feel bad. Our last year in college was really like, the whole time frame, but that was just like when I last really faced it, I guess. Just going through things. And I guess I kind of talked to you guys about it. I don't know. I made that little letter that I wrote of just like, hey, those are my thoughts right now.
Oh yeah.
But that was just it came out way worse than it ever should have. Because I sent it to Ian and I sent it to Mike too. And I talked to Ian about it. I was like, it was like a week after I wrote that thing, and I was like, I read that back. It sounds way more sad and depressing than I wanted it to be.
Yeah, no.
Convey how I was feeling at that point.
No, and I agree. It was pretty. I read it, and I think I came to you. I think or not? No, I came to you. I think before that, I talked to Adam about it actually.
Yeah,
I was like,
because sorry, it was just because I talked to guys about it like way later, because I don't think I ever actually talked to anyone about it for a while besides Ian, but that was just because it was over text and it was a lot easier then.
Yeah, no, I talked to Adam about it, and I was like, dude, like, does this guy like need help? Like, and I think I came to you after. I think we talked privately. I believe. I think I remember that, and I was like, hey man, like, are you good? And yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I was like, okay, because I read that, and I was like, man, I was like, this dude, he's dropping everything, and I was like, this is like, I don't want to say it's like it wasn't, I don't want to say that, but it was like a note.
Yeah,
you were
no, it wasn't what we don't want to say, but yes.
And I was like, and I knew like you weren't like that, but I was like, this guy is just dropping everything on the table, and I was okay.
See, like not in my case right now or ever really, but that's the scary thing of guys is like with the scenario of whatever of guys killing themselves, like with depression and everything. The scary part with guys is that they'll just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know all the statistics and everything on this or like how real it is, but like I feel like from what I mostly hear with girls, it's more of a drawn out process of like how it happens. With guys, like if they want to, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the scary part. And that's why I always want to, because I talked to my brother about this too. So another thing was like when I was a senior, his one of his best friends committed suicide, and no one knew about it. Like they were like really good friends in high school. They still kept in touch across school and everything, because this is when he was a senior in college, because we're 4 years apart. So, all of him and his friends, like, they met up during like the week of the funeral and everything, and they were hanging out and everything. And there was like a couple times I was around for their conversations and everything. It was just like it's where you just need to realize, and it's going to sound maybe in poor taste because of the scenario it was that's making someone say this, but to not be, just another stupid guy. Like, so much of what happens probably could have been prevented by just speaking to someone. And it's not all on, the person that it happens to.
Yes.
Anything. Like, you have to reach out to your friend too. It's not just a one-way street. It has to be, you have to do a little bit of effort to show.
Yep.
Here. I don't know. Yeah. But then, so that was a area of my life where that was tough, because I had known his friend for a pretty long time, obviously, because I lived in the same house, and whenever they usually hung out at our house. So I saw him from, I don't know, probably like elementary school all the way up until the 2017-ish year.
Yeah.
So, and again, that, and then the time in college of where I don't think anyone had passed away for me then. It was just like, I think I didn't really deal, like I said before, like I didn't deal with passing away of my friend from church when I was younger at all. I didn't deal with that well. I didn't really deal with Troy's friend passing away and how I had, then acted towards Troy, because Troy's my brother. I don't know if anyone knows, but I didn't really reach out to him that much. I was there like when he was back in town for everything, but that was really about it. And it was because I don't think me and my brother ever really had those kind of conversations. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know, we're different people, so whatever. But we're guys, so that's probably why. So yeah, I think a lot of that stuff just piled on and on and on and on to just where, I don't know, I still felt like I kind of had like a hole where I was like, I feel really bad about all the stuff I didn't do. And I was focusing so much on that it was hurting me a lot, and I wasn't focusing on what I was doing now, what my relationships were like now with my friends and everything. I don't know. Yeah. And then just, it messes with you every once in a while, but I can't thank you guys, like you and Tyler and Adam and Nick, everyone else. I'll mention her name, Abby and Carly and Chloe and blah, blah, blah. Everyone, like, Nick too, other Nick Silvis.
Yeah.
There's other names I'm going to forget. You're not going to listen to this. You're fine. Isaac, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like my high school friends, I'm not going to name them one by one, but I will name one because he won't listen to this, but is one that I think I need to reach out to more. It's Michael. I barely hear from the guy.
I think that's one of those things where it's, a two-way street kind of deal, because I feel like you reach out to him, but he just doesn't.
Not recently, since the podcast, barely.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because that's where I want to convey to people, like, let's not be stupid guys. I don't care if you have an issue going on and you feel like you're going to sound like a little sissy because you tell me that you're struggling with something. Cool.
Yeah.
I guarantee you the guy that you're afraid of telling that to is dealing with that exact same issue.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like a masculine thing.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's like, we're not, as guys, we're not supposed to be like vulnerable or be able to be like, I wouldn't say crying, but have emotions, I guess, or stuff like that. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I know, as a masculine man myself. No. I don't know. I think that was what, went through my mind while I was driving back. It's just all that kind of stuff just hit me.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. It's just, it's, I guess, a blessing of if you have that kind of community in your life where you can, you can turn to someone. Like right now, it's 9 o'clock for us. It's probably 4 a.m. in Europe. if I had the ability to call Andrew right now, he would answer. Like someone like that, like people like that in your life. It's always like, don't take it for granted,
Yep.
because you never know when things will change. Not in like, in a dark way or anything like that. But like all of a sudden, Michael could get a job in Cincinnati, work 12 hours a day, and be an hour and a half away from you instead of being a 4-minute drive. Stuff like that. You never know when you're going to move to Akron or something like that and not be us. You could throw a rock at your friend's house.
Yeah. Can't do that anymore, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. I think it's just important to know that, like, cherish the time you have with them. I don't know. Make the most out of it.
For sure. I agree.
Okay. I talked a lot there. So, and since I threw a curveball at you, I'll let you take a pick of where you want to go.
What are the options?
3 I had written down were change is good, move on to the next stage of your life, and then passions within that next stage of your life.
Okay, I guess we can tackle is change good, and then we can hit the other two. Is change good? I would say, depending on the situation. I know that's not
Cop out.
yeah, that's cop out. But I think in reality, I think change is good. I think change is good. Not saying change can't be bad, but I have to say I've had a lot of experiences and a lot of things that I had in my life that I just didn't expect, and it was or I should say I've had a lot of changes in my life throughout the years. Growing up in a small town, finishing high school, didn't know where I was going to go to college. Instead of going to a college that was maybe 30 minutes away, I decided to go to a college that was 3 hours away, and went to an area and to people I had no clue. I mean, I went to Wilmington and knew absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
And so it was like a huge change. But I think that was for the better. And now here I am. I'm living on my own. It's a big change in a city that I know it a little bit, but I'm in a city. It's like, so it's a big change. But I feel like it is good. I feel like it's good, to get out of your comfort zone. I certainly have. I know I have. I still need to do it more in other certain situations. But I think for the most part, the change that I've had, at least in my life, has been good. I know that I can't speak for everybody else, but just in my personal experiences, the change that I've had has been good. So
yeah, I think that's a good part to highlight, is that everyone is different. They're a different person. They go through different
yes.
So what works for us or what we think is good might not be the same for everyone. But I think there's it's like there's a good core message to that, is that it can be healthy. You don't have to always just, this is how I do it, so this is how it's done, or this is how it does, this is how we'll do it. That's how that way. It's healthy. It's good to get switch things up every once in a while. Everyone sees it in sports. You can't do the same thing every single year, and it's not going to work. People, they get used to it. They get too comfortable. Like we said with the GOAT topic, they get too comfortable. Doesn't work anymore. It's good to have backup things, not in your relationships. Don't have backups.
Well, that's, that was one of my things that I was saying I need to get more in the comfort zone of is, you know what, I'll put on the line right now. I'll put on the line. Something I need to get more comfortable with in doing is talking to women. Okay. I mean, I'll just put it out there. I don't do it. I mean, I literally don't do it. So I need to just do it. And I'm not, so I'll put it out there. Leave this in. It's fine. I know, make fun of me, whatever, but I'm just, it is true. So
get some liquid confidence in you and you're good to go.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay.
One White Claw is all I'm saying. One claw.
Okay, fine. I will. I was gonna say some dark liquor, but I don't want to go through that.
No. You'll be fighting.
or wanting to fight, or wanting
You're
to
gonna get a drink
change,
splash in your face.
or wanting to change clothes, or get in a car. Yeah, we're not gonna go there. Okay, change is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Drew, what's up, man?
No, I
What
mean,
about
I'd
change for
agree
you?
with, huh?
What about a change for you?
Change for me, boy. I don't know. I guess my part might lead into the second thing. Um, because when we got back from school, I was like, I'll give it a year, then I'll move out. That was that was how I felt. 1 year, I'll work, boom, I'll move out. Because that's the easy thing to say too. It's a year. Um, let's see. This is April. I think I said this in March. I'm ready to move out.
Yeah,
My parents aren't even home, and I'm ready to go. Usually, it's like, oh my god, I can't stand being around my parents this much. I need to leave. I'm by myself, and I'm ready to move out because I can't. I need to do something else. I think that's what's going to be good for me. I don't know for sure. It could be terrible. I could hate living with someone else.
nah. You lived with three other dudes for 4 years. Well, 1 year, but then
I lived with someone for 4 straight years. Yeah,
yes,
that's in the dorm. If I can get through a dorm room, I can get through an apartment.
I would think so. There's a little more privacy too. So I feel like if you want to talk to someone, hey, you can talk to someone. If you don't want to talk to anybody, just go in your room. You'll be all right.
I'll just be right there playing football manager.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Nah, but I think it's good, because like this next part I want to talk about is like I'm ready to move on, I think, to the next stage of my life, which whatever that is as a single man at 23, I don't know. But I think it's like, I'm ready to be on my own, I guess. I'll still be probably 6 minutes away from my parents' house, working for my parents. So it's a little asterisk on that, I guess. But like I'm ready to, start living my own life, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like there's things I want to do. I want to, I don't know, make this a brand, stuff like that. And I'm not saying that like living here is holding me back. If anything, I have the freedom to do whatever I want. I'm at a point in my life where I kind of can go wherever I want. I don't know. So I think that's what I want to do is like, I think I'm going to like the step I want to take is moving out with a couple of my friends, finding a place for like a year or two.
And then
And
moving out west.
That's the 2 part. Yeah. That's the
okay. Sorry, I got a little excited.
I have to wait 2 years for Noah to leave.
Well, maybe
you said 2. I said give me 1 more Ohio winter and I'll talk to you.
That's for a later date.
You live in Akron now. Keep that in mind when that winter hits.
Later date.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I think the step I want to take to that is like, getting out of my own, having to, I don't know, figure out how I'm going to eat lunch that day and how I'm going to grocery shop. That's the toughest part. Getting every week.
No, it sucks, man.
Doritos, Mountain Dew, and a Pop-Tart.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. You're not gonna believe this.
I'll keep going 1 second. He's got Mountain Dew. He's got Pop-Tarts, and he's got Dorito. Oh yeah. No, you want to know what's on my desk right now?
If that ain't living lavish, I don't know what is.
Got a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
I'm such a freaking degenerate, dude.
That's all right. We're not gambling fully, so once we get out of Ohio, sports gambling time.
Oh, dude, I'm so ready for that. I'm so ready. No, so I feel like in my position, like I've kind of taken that step, and it's been a lot, but we're getting through it. So, but no, man, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to get out and start your next step and potentially reconvene together maybe in a couple years. We'll see what
not potential.
We'll see what the future holds. Set in stone? Jeez. I don't know.
For you, it's a little different. Like I've come to this realization. I'm like, I'm done. I've had my time. I'm ready to go. You kind of it was just like overnight. all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm moving to Akron.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
didn't
I
even know
mean,
you had the job or anything. Like,
yes,
oh, by the way, I'm gonna move. So can't play tonight. It's like what?
yeah. It happened really quickly. So like, I was looking for a job, and I was to the point where I was like, it was either move super far away, as in like either in state but far away, or literally out of state, or stay at home, get a normal job, and just do it that like just do that way, and just not have anything like for my career. But I was like,
By
dude, I
normal,
was
he
like,
means non-sports for anyone that might
correct,
by that.
like a physical job or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like I really want to use my degree. I this is literally what I went to school for. And luckily, this job popped up, and it was like in a matter of like a couple weeks. I was like, I interviewed once, interviewed twice. They're like, okay, here you go. And I was like going, and I was like, okay. So yeah, it was it happened super fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, but here I am.
Yeah. So that's probably you. I think you talked about this actually when we were in Wilmington 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks. I don't know. But like you were saying, like yeah, it was a huge culture shock.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it was going from a small town. I had a small town of
Small little Amish town, so it's
yeah, it was
very already the complete
yeah
difference.
Amish. So I'm used to seeing poop on the road and horse and buggies, and I come up here to Akron and it's city life. You're seeing interesting people to say the least. You're seeing there's a little more nightlife than what you would usually expect. So do what?
I'd hope.
Yes. So yeah, it was definitely. I've seen some things and witnessed some things that definitely been a culture shock. That's for sure. So, but
Well, I mean, yeah, that's good. Sometimes you need a culture shock or something like around that type of thing. New experiences, you learn new things, you figure out new things, you grow as a person. It's stepping out of your comfort zone, like you said, you have been.
Yeah.
I was saying because as you were getting the food, I was still talking, just keeping the podcast going. Then I realized I can edit, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's all good.
But I was saying, like, like when I take that step, I think of like that first step of this is me starting to, like really focus on doing what I want to with my life. It might lead to different avenues. I don't know, maybe find a new job path, do something I want to go into, because I'm still not dead set on if sports is what I want to do. I fully do enjoy media stuff. So if I can find something in that kind of world of entertainment, I guess is what, yeah, that'd be awesome. But sports obviously still what I went to school for, what I've done my entire life. It's literally all over this wall right here. Yeah. So figuring that out, I think, is something I want to try to do coming up. So that's a big thing for me. And going with that, I wanted to see like you've, I guess, already started it. I want to go into it. This next stage of your life, because you're pretty much in that now. If you're, you had your high school life, you had your college life. Now you're out of college, you're in the work life, and now you're in the work life of where you are moved out, you're on your own, you're making your own self pretty much. What kind of like in this stage, like these next 5-10 years, probably, I would say that's 10-ish years is what this stage of our life is, 5 to 10, depending on how quickly you get cuffed up.
I mean, that's part of the next steps, but
you're good to go. Don't worry about it. What kind of like passions or like things are you wanting to try to, like, maybe you don't even know and it's just like that you're wanting to go find them? I don't know, but
yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. Now it's like, this job is pretty tasking and pretty busy, so I feel like secondary things that I'd like to do. I guess, do you mean like hobbies on like the side or something like that? I mean, like, I have stuff that I like this would kind of be like a side thing and I just love to do. But like there's other stuff that I do like in my spare time that I haven't done in a long time. Like, watch and scout players. I used to really like to do that. I haven't done that in a while. So that'd be nice. But like, I don't know. Like other passions, like I don't know. Right now it's kind of tough because I feel like a lot of my time is going to be consumed here pretty directly in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I would definitely like to do some other stuff, like just on my own. I like having, me time, if that makes any sense. Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, like it can be anything to what you want to do for the rest of your life to what I want to do once every month. I don't know. It could be as small as that, just something like that. I don't know, because I talked about it a little bit, I guess. I want to, in my free time coming up, I want to put Hypervision out as a thing that like I want to work on that constantly to just like, that's like a brand that I want to have. I want to do that. I want to have my own brand type thing. Just because I think that'd be fun. It's something I'm interested in, and it's easy for now. I'm not planning on like if it ever does become a full-time thing or like a part-time, awesome. I just want to do it because it entertains me. It's something I like to do, so I'm going to do that. It
Absolutely.
doesn't hurt me in any way. I like it. And then there's the other stuff I've said, like, I want to make YouTube videos. I want to stream video games, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I want to travel more. This past vacation really made me like, yeah, I want to go do more things.
I would agree with that.
Then means I need to find a job that allows me to do that. So that's tougher because I can't just constantly take vacations for two reasons. I need to work and I need money.
Yes. I would agree with that though. Traveling more is something I would like to do in the next couple of years as well. Even
if it's just like weekend trips, I'd honestly be okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's the tougher part of I'm in Ohio. A weekend trip is like, let's go to Indiana.
Yeah.
What's different of like if we live in Arizona, we live in Utah, we live in Colorado. Hey, let's go take a weekend trip to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, that's freaking sweet.
That's not Indiana.
Yeah.
No offense to Indiana for anyone, but I mean it's boring. Everything in this section is just boring. There's cool parts, obviously. I
want to go to Chicago.
Yeah, no, I've started to like, I used to think I can't live downtown or anything. I can't do city life. I'm more down for it at this point. I like the convenience of it,
Yes.
That's one of the tougher parts of why I don't do as much in here, home, Ohio, I guess. Things are just more spread out, it's like driving a lot. Downtown, I could walk out of the apartment, go to a sushi restaurant, and then walk downtown for like 20 minutes, come back up. I don't know, whatever, do anything, go to a bar. It's all right there.
Yeah.
If I wanted to walk to a sushi restaurant, I'd probably be walking 20 minutes. Nope, not even. It's a 20-minute drive. So I don't know. But yeah, I think I've grown to the nightlife a little bit. Not nightlife, city life. I don't know about nightlife. We'll see.
Yeah. Maybe. No, I definitely agree there. Now that you said that, you got me thinking. Yeah, definitely traveling for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like to, well, yeah.
I want to go see things. That's what it is. Like, yeah. There's so much stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. You get on a plane, you look out the window. It's crazy how much stuff is out there, and just in one state. Like, you're looking down, and it looks like you could walk on the entire area. That's something that would probably take you days and weeks and months to just go see if you went to all that space.
Yeah. I actually have dreams. There's stuff in the States I want to see, but like I would really love to travel like outside of the US. Like,
yeah,
some of these foreign countries would be sweet.
And that's where the tough one comes in of how do I fit that in? Because that can't be a weekend trip. It's a weekend flight.
I feel like that's more of like a way later down the road type of thing.
Yeah.
But
Andrew was currently laughing at you in Spain.
That's true. But I don't know. I guess if I'm by myself, it wouldn't be that bad. But
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I'd like to potentially have someone, but that's neither here nor there. But there we go.
Wherever you want it to be. It's your life.
Or just you and I. Screw it. We'll go.
Why not? Tyler probably can't. He'll be busy.
I know Alex can't. I was gonna say something. You know what? I don't even care. There's no way. Alex is in the doghouse. He's always in the doghouse. So
Tyler
he
probably
went-
have some long weekend plan, so he won't be able to
yeah.
because they love each other. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Screw that. Me and you are going. Let's go.
Boys
Road trip.
We'll take Mike.
Yep.
He needs it. He can pay for it probably.
Dude, Mike, man. That'd be oh my goodness. You Matt, dude, that would actually be fun. That'd be fun. Talk about content. That'd be so much content.
I don't know if I
man.
can imagine Michael in Europe. Because he loves America so much.
We'll just travel America with them. Let's go.
Honestly, Michael's a good road trip guy. Yeah.
I'd be down.
Go
You can
to
go in his
Michigan with him. He was practically on crack the whole time. And by crack, I mean he had 4 bags of Airhead chewables thingies and 4 Mountain Dews. And it was 6 a.m.
Like, man, you need to hang out with him more. I feel like I've just missed this.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know. But yeah, travel, seeing things, experiencing new things, something I want to do. And at the top of that travel list is Tokyo.
Ooh.
If I don't live in Tokyo, I want to at least visit it.
See, I wouldn't mind visiting, but man, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'm a picky eater, but I could. I don't know. I don't know if I could. I'm sure there's something there, but
obviously, it's Tokyo. They got everything.
Yeah.
You can go to a vending machine, and get literally anything you want.
Yeah. These are facts. For sure. But anything else besides traveling that you have passions for?
I mean, I guess it goes along with traveling. Is I want to see more soccer stuff. Like when I went to this, so Phoenix Rising, it's their second league, is what like the USL is like right under the MLS for soccer. Phoenix Rising is the team out there in Arizona. I went to that game. It was crazy. Like it was a pretty small stadium, I guess. It's a second tier team, but like I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Maybe it's just because it was warm in the middle of March and they won a game. I don't get that here in Cincinnati. FCC sucks. But I don't know. I want to I guess that's more along the line of traveling still and experiencing new things. What do I want to do? I don't know. I think I'm just happy to finally just be like open to whatever is going to happen. Because I've been, I think, trying to plan out what I want to do and how it's going to happen. Like when I was in college, you probably, and I think everyone probably has this, like their first 2 years, they're like, oh, I thought I'm working for the Bucks. I'm working for the Packers. No doubt. I'm going to work for them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 1, it didn't work out. 2, I don't know if I want to. Just because, I think some people get the idea, and I think I had this, of what the sports industry is. They just hear sports, athletes, stars, players, money, boom, I'm going there.
Which is just not the case.
No. You're not an athlete. Just keep that in mind. You are a part of the business side. You're not one of the people on the roster.
But I think it has benefits, but it also has cons.
Yeah, and I mean, Ian talked about that with his.
Yes.
He's met every player on the team pretty much. He's met Dirk. That's crazy. As a student at Belmont in Tennessee, he was writing about the college, and now he gets to meet Dirk. He gets to go to every single NBA, every home Mavericks game for free. Yeah, there are crazy perks to that. Yeah, and I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that's the false misconception people have on the sports industry and stuff like that. And I'm sure other people with their different like med school people probably think, oh, I'm gonna go to, I mean, they know what they're getting into. It's med school. It's gonna suck. You're going there for 6+ years, probably 10 something. I don't know. Depends if you get a doctorate or not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would fail. I barely took science very well. Did not do well in science. It was fun though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, like they think, oh, I'm gonna get in here, boom, money. You're gonna be losing a lot of money for a while in school for a while, and it's gonna be very stressful. So I guess now I'm finally at a point where I'm not trying to, besides getting you out of Ohio into North Carolina, Arizona, Colorado area. We'll see. I'm not trying to force anything besides that. And I
I
want
don't
to
know.
Tokyo trip at some point. That's two things I want to force. Other than that, I'm open to what happens. If I find myself in this job path, I find myself in this job path. If I stop coaching, I stop coaching. If I become a famous streamer, I become a famous streamer.
Ooh, I love that for you.
Famous, fingers crossed.
I would love that for you.
Obviously, yeah, I get to just do what I want on video games every day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man.
I think it's time I grow up, and by that I mean, grow up. I still want to be an idiot.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course. All right. Was that the what was the that was the both of them?
that was really all three. Change is good. Move on to the next stage and passions.
No, I think I'm good to go. This has been season 1 of the Hypervision podcast, but not the last. As we said in the last podcast, we will come back, hopefully, bigger and better than ever. And no, we will be back. We have some great stuff planned, as you heard in the last podcast. But this has been it for now from my side. Can't wait for the next chapter here soon. And yeah, anything else you want to say, Drew?
No, I mean, like I said at the start, this podcast I think has really helped a lot with me, and it's been a really good just thing in my life to step out of comfort zone, stuff like that. So I'm happy we did this. Selfishly for ourselves, I think it was good. And
Yes.
I think, honestly, I think we brought up a lot more good topics and thought processes and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not smart. I think we brought up a lot of good things that we didn't think we were going to.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
We got a really good conversation out of Alex.
Yeah, he actually said tonight he wants to come back on for next season.
And he will be. We'll have him on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with what we did here. Season 2. Hopefully when that one comes around, you guys will see maybe, we the 3 things we hit on there, like 4, I guess, cherishing what time you have with everyone, and making the best of that. How change is good, how we want to, do different things, get better, moving on to the next stage, and what passions we want to, tackle in that stage. So hopefully, with a couple-ish months off, we'll get into some of that. I'll let you know how much I hate living with Andrew at that point. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited, and we'll see. See you in 2 months. Peace.
Deuces.